Ashley. So, being that you're in a place that really actually celebrates, Chinese New Year, I thought I would ask you some questions because I have to tell you, I am super excited that it's Year of the Horse. Yay! So, here we go. I have actually lived in a place that celebrated Chinese New Year too. We had a huge celebration when I lived in Honolulu, and I went every year to the parade and saw all of the firecrackers and everything. What will they do where you are? I know you're in a more small local area, so what are the celebrations like in a more small area?
Hong Kong's not really that small of a place, so the way we celebrate things here is probably pretty similar to the way you celebrate it in Honolulu. There will be a parade, there will be dragon dancing, there will be fireworks and firecrackers and giving money to ghosts so that they don't haunt you forever, spending time with family. My first Chinese New Year I spent actually in the mainland, where it's a much, much, much bigger deal than here, because in the mainland, anybody can set off boom booms. Not so in Hong Kong. It's actually illegal to set them off here. So one of my best friends and I, we went up there, and we got all these firecrackers just blowing them up. It was so much fun. But a thing that we had to do was go over to our friend's family's house. That was complicated, and we got to make dumplings together. So it's a lot of time spent with family.
What is the significance of Year of the Horse? Does it have some cultural significance? What does each different year represent? Does it change how people act or what they do or anything like that?
So the legend goes that Buddha called a meeting of all the animals, but only 12 of them came. And the 12 that came are the 12 zodiac signs that we have today. Buddha announced that the people born in each animal's year would have some of the characteristics of those animals. Those people born in the horse years are cheerful, skillful with money, perceptive, witty, talented, and good with their hands. Some famous people born in the year of the horse are Rembrandt, Harrison Ford, Aretha Franklin, Chopin, Sandra Day O'Connor, and President Theodore Roosevelt. The spirit of the horse is recognized to be the Chinese people's ethos, making unremitted efforts to improve themselves. It is energetic, bright, warm-hearted, intelligent, and able. Ancient people like to designate an able person as Kualin Ma, a horse that covers 1,000 li a day.
Do you plan on taking any of the red paper envelopes with money in them with tokens or anything like that? Do you plan on taking those to any festivals, or do you plan on setting off any firecrackers yourself?
The red packets are called in English lucky money, in Chinese Lai Si, and no, I don't, because I am not married. The culture is that married people give the lucky money to the unmarried people, because in the culture, if you're not married, then you're not an adult. So despite being 30, I'm still not an adult because I'm not married. That's okay. Firecrackers, like I said before, are illegal to set off here, so I will not be able to do that, unfortunately. However, it is a lot of fun. The reason that they set off the firecrackers, in case you didn't know, is to ward off all evil spirits from the last year who are trying to hang around, so that you can start the new year off on a fresh note.
What are your favorite New Year's foods that you eat? I know that I always really enjoyed the sticky buns with the sesame seeds on the inside, and I don't know if that is a cultural thing or if that was just something that we had in Honolulu. I don't know. They were amazing.
I don't really have a favorite food that I like to eat at Chinese New Year, but I'll tell you the most common foods that we will eat at this time of year. Tangerines and oranges are a huge thing. Actually, in a village up in the northern part of the New Territories, there's a tree there called the wishing tree, and locals go there and they buy an orange with this tag attached to it, and you make a wish, and then you throw it up in the tree, and if it lands in the tree and it stays in the tree, then your wish will come true. But these days it's really commercial, so that it's not real oranges anymore, it's plastic oranges, and at the end of the day they take your wishes down. Anyway, some other common New Year's foods are long noodles, the tray of togetherness, it's just like a party platter, nian gao, which is like a fruit, pomelo, which I can't have because I'm allergic, jai, which is a choy, like a vegetable, long leafy greens, whole fish, some sweets, but it wouldn't be like sweet like what you know of sweet in the West. It would be like an egg tart. It'd be more a savory sweet thing. It's not really sweet like you would think of sweet. And yanbao, which is like dumplings, and that's my favorite. I guess if I did have a favorite, it would be dumplings, because like I said before, it's a family thing, so you come together and you make the dumplings together and then you enjoy them together.
What is your favorite pony? It's Fluttershy. Fluttershy. It's okay. I have lots of I have lots of Fluttershy. I have Dr. Hooves too. He's pretty awesome. So, yeah, favorite pony.
Um, Joe, I think that maybe I'm gonna let you down on this because I'm not My Little Pony. I don't. Even when I was a little kid and it was first famous, like I never watched it. I never had a My Little Pony, and I'm not. I'm like not. I. But to give you an answer, I would say the Doctor Who's would be my favorite.
What year were you born in? I was born in Year of the Dog, so it'll be my year again when I turn 36, which is 5 years from now. 4 years from now. 4 years from now.
I'm also a year of the dog, and it is 5 years from now. I just turned 31, so it's 30. I'm not the best at math, but I'm pretty sure 31 plus 5 is 36. So you can just calm down. It is 5 years, not four. That is, unless this year you turn 32, then it would be 4 years for you. But it's 5 years for me.
What surprised you the most about Chinese New Year's celebrations, being that you grew up in the United States and then moved to Hong Kong?
I don't know that I actually had any surprise because I didn't really know a whole lot about Chinese New Year until I moved to Hong Kong. So it's not like I had any preconceived notions about what would happen. Also, my first Chinese New Year I did spend in the mainland, and that's like a whole other world. I mean that in a good way.
What is something that you think other people would be surprised about in terms of the celebrations?
That's a really good question. I'm not entirely sure if I have an answer for it. I think maybe. Oh, probably how annoyingly loud and painful the music is. That was a bit of a. It was like the reverse of an earworm. You know, it like it was painful. So probably that, because the think Shriners times 1,000. It was, yeah.
Why is New Year tied to the lunar calendar instead of to the 12-month calendar that we generally use for other things? Just curious.
The answer to that question is in what you just said. The Gregorian calendar, which is the 12-month calendar that we run on, is based on the Earth's revolution around the sun, but the Chinese calendar is based on the moon's revolution around the Earth.
Okay, that's all the questions I can think of. So I guess that's it. Happy Chinese New Year! Yay!
Happy Chinese New Year, and as we say in China, Kong Hei Fat Choi.
Yeah. 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 Boom, boom.